Hey everyone, welcome back to the Basically Sisters podcast. I'm Natalia.
And I'm Ashley. Happy
Happy
Monday.
Monday.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one. I'm going to rock with that one. Happy
Okay.
Monday. It's Monday. How's your Monday going?
We realized last week we were a day off. We posted on Tuesday. If you were like waiting for episode Monday, it was actually posted Tuesday. Because it was Martin Luther King Day and we felt like it was a holiday. It is a federal holiday. And
Facts.
we didn't want to, put our podcast into the feed that day. It's a
Yeah,
day for
we're
other
like,
things.
exactly. It's not about
So
us that
not
day, but
about
the
us.
next day it was. We brought it
The next
back.
day, yeah, the next day we brought it back.
So that's why we said happy Monday in that one
Yeah, and
because
it was
we didn't even
Tuesday.
realize it is what it is.
It
Yeah,
is what
okay.
it is.
It
We
was
hope you guys
technically
like that
everyone's
episode.
Monday. It was technically everyone's Monday though,
You're
like
right.
the
That's
first
why
day going
another
back.
reason I was like, it's a federal holiday. One, two, I felt like Tuesday felt more like a Monday for me than
Mm-hmm.
Monday.
Facts.
But yeah, because I know a lot of people listen to this like on their way to work and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah, on that
but yeah, we
morning,
hope
Monday morning commute, you hear our beautiful
you hear
voices.
our voices. That's when I listen to it on my way. It's like I just crack up listening back to some of our episodes.
I need to go through them and listen to some because I really want to go back to like the first like five.
No, for some reason, so I recently went on. Well, I guess we'll get into like what we did this weekend. I hope. Do you care if I go first so I can talk about
Go
them?
first. Clearly, you
Okay.
have a lot to
No.
say, babe.
Anyways,
Go.
so I went to Colorado this past weekend for like the long weekend, and on the plane I didn't have like anything downloaded, but for some reason I had like one of our episodes downloaded on my Spotify. I don't
I'm
know
done.
why. I don't know if it was 'cause I was like trying. I don't know why it was downloaded. Just like the one
Maybe it's a
random one.
sign.
It was and I was like, oh, let me listen to this because it was like an old one, and I listened to it and I was dying laughing. Like it was like
I'm crying.
he's a 10, but like
Oh
that one's
God.
hilarious.
I already know that one
We
was
might need to repost
ridiculous.
some like content from that one because that one was
Yeah.
funny. That one was funny. If you haven't
Yeah.
already listened to the episode, you should
I
go
feel
back.
like there's some things that we say and we don't even realize that we said it. So
Yeah.
like we need to go back and really like debrief what we even were thinking at that point. in
Yeah,
the
sometimes I'm like,
time.
what? But it was funny. I really liked that episode. But yeah. Anyways, back to yeah. So I was in Colorado this past weekend. Really, it was a nice weekend. It was nice to get away from the city, and I don't know. It was just like
She hit
It was.
she hit the slopes, y'all. She hit the slopes.
I hit the slope. I hit the slopes. It was really. It was always been like it's been on my bucket list to go skiing in Colorado. Definitely, like I feel like everyone should go. I really think Colorado is like beautiful, like to visit. Like I want to go in the
Yeah.
summer because I hear they have some really nice like hiking and like parks and stuff. But it was really nice. I want to go back again. It's nothing like skiing on the East Coast, obviously. Like it's way superior,
Hmm.
and I just like the vibe. I want to go to like some other mountains there next time, but and maybe Salt Lake City. Ashley's gonna
Ooh.
learn how to ski next.
Yeah.
Ski trips are
That'll
just fun because
happen.
like you ski like till like 4, and then you like chill and hang out with your friends after.
Yeah.
So
Which
it's like nice.
yeah, I'm not opposed.
Well, or
I'm
you can just go and you can just hang out with us after. I
yeah.
want to go to the ones in Europe because that's again I'm also on my bucket list because they're like lit. They have like clubs at like the
Oh,
skis. Like it's like lit. Like I kept seeing on my
jeez.
TikTok before I went to Colorado and all the comments were like, how can we bring this to Colorado? Because like they don't have that. But like they have like clubs that are like bouncing up and down. Like it's lit. They're
Yeah.
dancing. And everyone's got like their gear on.
But wouldn't you be sweating though?
Yeah, you do. But no, but it's outside. It's like an outside kind
Oh,
of
okay,
like
okay, okay.
yeah. It's not like an inside, but yeah, it looks really fun. And that's another
Hmm.
my bucket list.
Might that might be on the list. Things I would do. You know, turning 25 this year. We're adding things to the bucket list. We're trying to cross them off. So maybe that'll get added. I don't know.
Yeah, you should. I think it's
I
great.
got a
And like,
minute before I turn 25, so a couple
are you
months.
trying to say that? Throw it in my face.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just
that was
saying I
petty.
do have a couple.
That was.
I have like 8 months.
We're 6 months apart. You have 7 months.
Okay, 7, 8, whatever. Either way.
Anyways, but yeah, it was nice. And I realized like I'm not like phenomenal at skiing. Like I can do it. I think it's more because I'm a cautious skier. Like when it comes to sports like that, I'm very like cautious. But I feel like it's a hobby. Like you don't need to be good at your hobbies. You know, like
Hmm.
someone told me that this weekend. And I felt like that really resonated with me. I was like, you really don't need to be that good at like what you like to do. Like you just have to do it.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. If it
and I
makes you
do it for
happy,
the,
then.
yeah, I'm not doing it for like to go crazy, like do all these jumps and go on like all the like black diamond, like crazy like stuff. Like I'm just
Yeah.
doing it for the
That's
views and for the
and the
vibes.
vibes.
And like it's because it's a sport and it gets you active. Like I think it's really fun, and I think a lot of people can do it. I do really like skiing. I'm blessed to like, well, one, I don't come from like a ski family, obviously, but I'm blessed that like, I had the opportunity when I was younger to get involved with it. Like my parents put me in a lesson with some of my friends. It was mainly because we knew people who skied, and then I got more into it now that I'm like older. But I know it's not a sport that's like obviously very accessible to a lot of people because one, it's expensive as hell. Like that's why I took a lot of years off of it because it was just so expensive.
Hmm.
Um, and two, it's like not like I'm really hoping as like time goes on, like it's gonna become more um the demographic is gonna become a little bit more diverse of like who's into it because right now it's that pie chart not looking like a lot of slices.
Yeah. I think for people, for a certain demographic, it's like that was something that they did as a family or grew up doing. And like now
Hmm.
it's kind of becoming like trendy to do like as a group trip. It's kind of like a one and
Right.
done type of
Hmm.
thing. So I think it is growing like within different demographics, but not necessarily to like continue. It's more so like, just do it, like one time or a
Right.
couple times and then that's it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Even
it
if people
seems
try
interesting.
it, like I think it's, I don't know, it's fun to do, and like I think, I don't know, like I want to try to like break the stereotype of like, because I know a lot of people be like, oh, that's some white people like
Yeah.
stuff, you know what I mean? Which
Which
I get it, like it
me
is.
and Natalia had a convo. We're into that sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they be doing some lit stuff. So if you're
Exactly.
letting that stop you, like that could be a whole other. That needs to be a topic in itself, like
Literally.
for a podcast episode. But like, regardless, I don't like like when people create like not stereotypes, but like those boundaries or like those boxes, and they like immediately like turn stuff off because of that. Like it's a fun thing to do. Skiing is fun, like especially if you go with your group of friends, and like even if everyone's trash, it's fine. Like
Hmm.
you stay on the bunny slope the entire time. You go on a few like easy hills. Like it's about more about the vibe, being with your friends, and like I don't know, it's a good time. So
Yeah, I
I
feel
think
like
everyone
that
should try it.
it's like you don't have to be good. Like if you're playing like basketball with a group of your friends, you're gonna be like, okay, everybody has to be decent
Yeah, yeah, because it's
because
competitive. Yeah, yeah,
competitive. Skiing is just you go down a hill, vibes,
yeah,
then like that's about it. Like it's not anything like
exactly.
competitive really, unless
Right.
there's
Unless you're trying,
competitions that I don't
I
know
mean, you
about.
do have to like be like somewhat good just to prevent yourself from like falling. Like you need to get the
Yeah, but
hang of
that's a
it.
personal thing you
Right,
need to
personal
figure out.
endeavor. Yeah, yeah. It's not like you're
That
competing.
doesn't ruin
Yeah, yeah.
the whole ambiance of the trip if someone can't ski.
Exactly. Yeah,
They'll
yeah,
figure it
yeah.
out,
Yeah.
hopefully.
So hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping to get more of my friends into it. Um, but yeah, that was kind of my weekend. How was your weekend?
Um, it was good. What did I even do? Nothing. I just
Honestly,
launched the candle stuff. You know, made a Facebook page for the candles. So if you guys want to like that, then you could do so.
I'll go give it a
I
like.
feel like I literally feel like a grandma trying to operate Facebook. So if
I
those
think
who don't
Facebook is
know,
so great for like I don't know, no, no. I don't think it's the best platform. I just think everyone should have it because I think it's a great way to like find people. Like if you want,
okay.
you know
Well,
what I
for
mean?
those that don't know, I haven't had a Facebook in 10 plus years. Like I made one in middle school.
That was
It's
back when it was
somewhere ghetto.
everyone was in the
Yeah.
trenches. They were,
Yeah, we were in the trenches for
yeah.
sure. But so I swore to myself that I would never make a Facebook again, which is fine. I didn't want to, but to make a business page, you have to have a personal account. So I'm on Facebook, unfortunately. But the things I do for my business, sacrifice, doing things I said I never was going to do.
I don't think it's like that bad of a platform. I think it has its
I
good
just had,
uses.
I just have no, I had no urge to, I've gone 10 plus years without it. I think I was doing all right, you know? But you never
Yeah, you're
know.
right. But
I might meet
sometimes
the love of my life on Facebook. I don't
there's
know.
Facebook dating now, which I don't
Ooh,
know. I know. I always get the ads
girl.
like it shows me like you become create your dating profile. I'm like, out of all platforms, I feel like I could see why Facebook did it, but I feel like Instagram needs to do it over
Yeah,
Facebook.
because people like when you're talking on different like dating apps, they're like, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" Not like, "What's your Facebook?"
Yeah.
Facebook is like, I feel
Which
like that's really
I don't
personal
know. I don't know why Instagram hasn't gone down that avenue of becoming more of a dating app platform. Like not like its sole purpose being like a dating app, but like kind of create I know they
because,
created like the note feature. They're very behind on everything. In my opinion, Instagram, like I
well,
know we've been
all they're
saying it.
doing is trying to make money. That's what Instagram's main
Yeah,
purpose
the
is
shop
now.
thing was so dumb. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
but I
that's
think
their
they
main
could make
goal. Like,
money off of that. They could make money off of it.
who's paying for
Like,
that
well, not like pay
realistically?
for it, but like they could throw some ads in there. You know, like that's what a lot of like Bumble does. That they have ads.
That's, but that's like not enough.
I just think if Instagram wants to save itself, I think they need to do something very innovative
But
and
it
like
doesn't want to save itself.
I know they're dumb.
You could
They're
tell
just
it
trying to
doesn't want to
cop.
save itself because they're literally doing everything that the users don't want them to do just for the namesake of
Well,
money.
I think
Because they're not
they're
even, I'm pretty
trying.
sure they said they're not even profitable.
Well, they've been
So they're
trying to
trying,
save themselves, but they're going the wrong way. They're trying to copy off other people's apps. Like they really try to go the way of like one, they copied Snapchat with the stories.
yeah,
The
which
story started
that
on Snapchat.
mildly
That
worked.
was a good that I like that idea because it was like okay, like a lot of people don't like to post. I like whatever. And then when they tried the reels, their real technology, their real algorithm will never beat TikTok's. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, also because they're like 2 weeks behind on everything that's trending on TikTok. It moves to Instagram 2 weeks later. Then by that time,
Yeah.
everyone's already seen it.
Yeah, they're just
So,
not. But I feel like, and I don't really like their note update. Do you like that? Because no one writes notes really.
no, the notes I be seeing, I'm like, you could have kept that in the drafts, babe.
I just
You
feel like
could have kept it in the drafts.
it's not very useful because not everyone's kind of on board with it.
Well,
And
it's like kind of like a status update type of vibe.
yeah, it's given like WhatsApp. Like you on WhatsApp, you can put a status. Again, they can't come up with anything creative. Um,
Facts.
like leave a note, and I'm like, I get where they were going with it. Like it was a good way to like have people DM you, but no one's really doing it. So if not enough people are doing it, then people aren't going to have an incentive to like. I don't know. I think they needed to. I like the one idea of the song. They were going to have a song that you could put on your
They
bio.
have that. Oh, not the bio. They have it for the picture. You could put a song with your picture now. Did you know that?
Is that like the new update?
Yeah, that was like the update with the notes.
Oh, do you have a song with your picture?
When you post a picture, not your profile picture.
Oh, oh, oh,
Child. I'm like, why are you looking at me like I'm
oh.
goddamn crazy?
I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, that is. I don't mind that, but I like it when it's like someone goes to your profile.
Yeah, that would be
They
fire.
see you have a song like this is like my song right now. I feel like that's a great way to like connect. You know?
Well, aren't they trying to bring MySpace back? I wouldn't be mad at getting a little
I wouldn't be
MySpace.
mad at MySpace.
I always
MySpace
wanted
had
a MySpace.
I had one
My
as a
brother
kid,
had
but
one.
I deleted it.
My my brother had one, and I thought it was so
They
cool.
need to bring back AIM.
What is what? Why would anyone bring back AIM though? What is the purpose of AIM at
Yeah,
this
you're right.
point?
We have enough
I could
messaging
just DM
apps.
people on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
I know, but
or
I
I
love
could
AIM.
just
That's when like
message.
you're right. But it was a good time. Wait, but back to the
Some things
Instagram
don't
thing.
need a revival, babe. AIM is one of
Wait,
those. It was great, but we've evolved.
I'm weak. Um, but yeah, back to my I just wanted the last comment. I really think it should be a dating. Like, they should make it some type of dating because I feel like it's the first place everyone goes to like look someone up.
100%.
And like I think it is kind of a dating app in a way, but they could adjust some features to make it more of a dating app. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I
100%.
think not it doesn't need to be a date. That there should be an opportunity for people to like because people like to slide in people's DMs. You know what I mean? And like
Hmm.
I don't know. I just think they should try something. But did you see they're gonna bring back the feature where you can see people's activity? I saw it on TikTok. I don't know if it's true or not. Yeah.
Yeah, they might not want
They're
to
saying
do
we're
that.
bringing back Toxic 2020.
They said drama.
That was so toxic. That and the Snap,
Yeah,
your top three
the
best friends. We mentioned that in an episode before. Let's talk about toxic.
child.
No, but that Instagram
That's
thing was toxic
that was
because
and
you could see
yeah,
what everyone was liking,
liking.
everyone was
Like I
posting.
like scroll. I'm like, okay, you could have. I don't know what you could. I
Who
don't think you
followed
needed to like that.
who? You can see who followed who.
Child,
Oh,
that was messy. And
that
if
was.
they bring that back, that's even more messier.
I think it's yeah. Like, why would they? Like, I get it. Like, it's like ooh, like you can see people's like activity, but at this point, I don't really like care that much. Also, I just feel like it would be toxic. And like, why would I want someone watching what I do every move on social media?
One, two. I can find other ways. I have other ways already to
Yeah,
mm,
you can see like
keep an eye on
you can go
someone.
through someone's following. You can get enough
Exactly.
out of
If you
that.
all you got to do is just keep that follower to following both of those numbers in your head. And if it goes up or down, just do the research. That's all.
But you can also look through who someone's you can see their latest followers. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it does it that way.
Oh, I thought you could.
I
Oh,
don't
you're
think it
right. No, it
sorts
does
it
it
that way.
alphabetical. You're right.
It's only yeah, it's only like for you. Like when you look at your own, I think it does it that way.
Mm,
But
okay.
you could do that. You could go find their Twitter. You could find,
There are definitely ways. Yeah,
their
I don't need to
Snapchat.
see. I don't need
Child,
to
I
see
got
who they're
all the
liking.
ways.
Do not need to
Yeah,
see
I already
who they're
found that
liking.
out.
I'm
What
good.
is it called? They have the Spotify one when you look at who they're following and see. Have you heard of that? It's like you go on
No.
there, you find their Spotify account, and then you see who they're following and see if they have any like collabed playlists, and then you could kind of figure out like what they are to them. It's too much. Too much.
That one's a stretch for me. I've never thought about that.
That one's a bit much
Collab
for
play.
me.
The only people I have collab playlists with are my friends. So, and feel free to follow me on
Facts.
Spotify.
Yeah,
So,
y'all can follow me. You can follow the pod too. We got the playlist bumping.
I'm weak.
But
Yeah.
yeah, child.
Anyways, that was our social media.
Debrief.
Not us
Basically my
giving
weekend was fine.
ideas.
I
I'm
know.
glad you had a good week.
We need to get the coins for
Yeah, we're
these
giving
ideas.
Instagram all these people the ideas. Like, anyways, um, yeah. Well, I think that's a good dive. That's a good way to divert into the topic I want to talk about today. So, okay. So, I guess what kind of inspired me behind this is because I keep like, I don't know if it's just like my For You page on TikTok. Like, not like I don't see these all the time, but I've seen like a few, like every few weeks that like really stuck out to me. And it's kind of talking about like what kind of our generation is like how we value happiness and what actually like what the studies are showing happiness actually means to us. So I think like I mean people there's always argument like does happiness mean money? Like what is it like what actually like will create long-term happiness for us? And so there's a study that just came out from like Harvard, and it was talking about how so it's actually the longest study they've ever done since like the 1930s on what actually
Oh,
produces yeah, they've been following like 700. Well, one, it's only on men. I just want to indicate that, so it's only been men. I know, I don't know how I feel about
why?
that, but it's fine. We'll
Well, I
go with
think we all know how we all feel about that, but
it.
we'll
But
digress.
basically the study, they started in 1934 and they followed 724 men like for like years, and like looked at all their patterns on like what they did every day, like their mental, physical, like all like their wellness and stuff. And basically what the study concluded is that like do you want to take a guess on what the most important factor is to like happiness?
S- The most important factor?
Or like what the factor was that's like contribute, yeah, the number one thing that they found.
Okay, I'm gonna take three guesses
Okay,
because you
take
know I like to guess.
okay.
Sleep.
No.
That did that make sense though, or no? Am I like
Um you're
money?
no. You're gonna be like it makes sense when I say it.
The amount of sun.
No. That doesn't. That
Damn.
does. It's relationships.
Okay.
Like meaningful relationships. And I know that's like I know it sounds corny like when people say it, but it's like it's it's interesting to think about because I feel like our generation in general, like the way we're headed is kind of like against relationships. And I'm not just talking about relationships like with somebody like a partner, like a
Mm-hmm.
significant other. I'm talking about like relationships with people in general. Like I feel like we're basically like going like the way our trends are kind of like headed is we're not going in that direction at all of like creating a lot of meaningful relationships. So like I don't know. I want to get your first thought on that before like we continue.
I mean that makes sense. Like, what is life without good people
Yeah.
around, good relationships? I mean, we're humans. We're not meant to be isolated,
Right.
not talking to others and things like that, which like you said, like I feel we're definitely like more virtual now, like trying to stay away from like human
Mhm.
interaction. But I mean, even then, I still think it's important because even like when people say maybe it's not just like face to face interaction, even like over video games like Xbox, like that's still interaction, that's still relationships. When they do like the
Right, right.
virtual, I don't know what they were trying to do, the Facebook, the metaverse, even
Oh,
that, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
still interactions too. So, like,
Mhm.
it makes sense. We're humans. We're not supposed to be not interacting with others. Like,
Right.
relationships are important. And obviously, the better they are, the
That
better you're
yeah.
going to be. Like, if it's like trash relationships, then it's like meaningless. Like, doesn't fill your cup.
Right.
That's, I like to say.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's like how I mean, I think we're on the same page about that because we really value the people we surround ourselves with. Like
hmm
even though we're single, like we still fill our cup with like really good family relationships from relationships in general.
hmm
But I just I find it interesting because I've seen like this like trend in like the past year. So I don't know, maybe since even prior to the pandemic, I feel like people would always make the joke that like, oh, like I don't need nobody. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to like when people cancel plans, I'm hype. You know what I mean? Like I love to just be home in bed all day. Like and it's like that might feel comforting, but is that actually like long term happiness? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just see it so much. People are like I don't like people. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't know.
I think it's they don't like certain people. Like, I'm sure
Right.
there's people in their life that they mildly enjoy being around,
Yeah.
which that's me too. Like, I love, you know me. One thing about it, I cancel the plans. I'm going to sleep. Like, that's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah.
chilling. And that's just because, like, I'm just introverted naturally.
Mhm.
So, like, that's my social battery gets drained pretty quickly. So I'm like, all right, could fight another day. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I think people just say that just to say that. Like, there's so many things that people say online. It's like, shut up. Like, you don't need anyone. Like,
Yeah, I
okay,
know.
be for
Yeah.
real. You need
Well,
someone. And if you don't need anyone, that's a red flag.
yeah, I think it's just I think it's a big leading cause of depression if I'm being honest with you. Like we're in like the like what is it like the epidemic of mental health like I don't
Hmm.
know how many like what percentage of people suffer from mental health issues, but it's like so big. And I feel like that's a really big thing. It's because we don't have as much opportunity for genuine human connection anymore. Like if you think about it,
Yeah.
you
Emphasis
know what
on
I mean?
genuine.
Genuine, like, and you can have like a bunch of friends. You know what I mean? Like there are people who have like a lot of friends, and I, in my opinion, don't think those are like. I mean, for some people they can manage it, but like are those actual genuine connections? You know what I mean? Can you have 30 genuine connections? Like I don't think like you know what I mean?
Maybe. I mean, me personally, I don't know if I can. I mean, it depends on. I think you could have connections. It's just how deep are those connections is the real
Right.
question.
Yeah.
You could have thousands of connections. You can know hundreds of thousands of people
Right.
just in interacting, throughout life. But like,
Right.
how deep are those connections? Now, I think that's the part where it's like, okay,
Or how
how many
meaningful.
deep connections do you actually have?
Right. Well, that's what they
Like,
say too. Those are like the loneliest people sometimes who like know all these people, but
yeah,
like
because they know all these people, but they don't know all these people.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they're not, these people aren't trying to know them. And I think it's very important, like, the people that you consider friends, like, that's something that I learned, like, in college,
Mhm.
that I would just refer to everyone as my friend. But, like, some
Mhm.
people really just don't deserve that title. Like, they're not
Yeah.
my friend for real. Like, it's someone I know.
Yeah.
Like, when I would talk to my mom, I'd be like, oh, yeah, my friend, da da da. Da. And I'm like, honestly, I haven't talked to that person in 2 years.
Right. We throw around the word
So
friend
it's
like
an
yeah.
acquaintance. It's acquaintance. Yeah.
Yeah.
This person I know. So I
Which
think people need to start doing that because people be
and it's
calling other
okay to
people
do that.
friends, and then in reality, it's like that's not really your friend.
Yeah, no.
But you need to realize that's not really your friend.
Yeah. Well, now I think it's like also because people are like, oh, they want to seem like they have a lot of friends too. You know what I mean? Like by, but it's
But
like,
that's also people trying to prove. That's the problem number one.
yeah,
Like, oh, I have a lot of friends. Like, that's not really the flex you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I think having a solid group of friends, like, you're good. Like, I don't think anyone's
yeah.
gonna be like, oh, you only have that many friends. Like, and if they do,
Right. Yeah.
it says
Then
a
I'm
lot
like,
more about them.
yeah, no, I agree. If you're judging people based on friends, like it's given high school.
Yeah,
Like,
it's given you peaked in high school,
but I
and
think
it's
that's where that
giving.
comes from in general is because some people may be traumatized by like, I feel like high school traumatizes or sets like these beliefs in our head for like a very long time, in my opinion. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, like the whole status idea and like how people act, like I can tell it reflects off of high school, at least American high school.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
the idea that like you want to be like well liked, I feel like that really stems off of like high school behavior. Like you want to have a lot of friends. Again, like popularity in high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's like that correlates to like insecurities as well,
Hmm.
especially in high school. I feel like a lot of like middle school and high school, everyone's changing, your appearance changes, da, 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 and you may have like some insecurities that you may have been like picked on about in like middle school or high school. So
Hmm.
like you wanting to be liked so much just continues with you throughout your life.
Right. Yeah,
And it
which is sad.
sucks. Yeah, which is sad, and I wish.
That's not genuine happiness.
Yeah, exactly. Just like wanting to be liked. Like, do you even know why they genuinely like you? Do you know if they actually genuinely like you? First off, like, how
Yeah.
deep is that connection for them to actually even? Do they even know you like that? For them to even have a
Yeah.
genuine connection, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these
Yeah.
things are a factor. I'm like,
Yeah. And you like
child, I'm just grateful for the connections I got.
no, me too. Yeah, and I
It's
think
mine are fire. But I feel like that's
yeah,
taken, you know, years of weeding out, you know, the bad ones
going
or the ones that
through
you
yeah,
thought were friends and
right, right, right.
friend breakups and things like that. So I'm
Yeah.
at a point now where I'm like, yeah. And I think it's like also like I think you realize at a certain point like friendships are a two-way street too. Like relationships are a two-way street no matter what it is. Like
Mhm.
parents, friends, actual,
Mhm.
romantic relationships. Like you can't put all the weight on you or all the weight on the other person. Like if this person isn't reaching out and you've been reaching out, but it's always you reaching out, then it's like,
Right.
okay, you need to like reevaluate what type of
Right.
relationship this is, if it's
Yeah.
benefiting you or not. And if it ain't benefiting me, guess what I'm doing? Moonwalking away, backwards, just
That's
like Michael Jackson.
so kind of speaking on that point though of like the reaching out like so the same study like it had like this like I don't know if it was like a 7-day like program or what do they call those like I don't know, whatever. It was like something to like a boot camp kind of thing to like help people like get back into this on like creating these meaningful relationships. And like
Hmm.
the first step, like the first day was like send a message to someone like, hey, like I appreciate you in my life. And it's like it's funny how those even like I get those texts sometimes and I really appreciate them, you know, and like
Yeah,
I try to send them sometimes too, but it's like it's funny how we forget to do that, you
I
know,
know.
or like we let our ego sometimes get in the way of like, oh, but they're not reaching out, like why should I reach out kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like they're but it's like we can also reach out, you know, if we care about someone, like we shouldn't let our egos get in the way of actually showing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And I
we
think that's like with
it's a
life, I
defense
think we're
mechanism.
just like busy too.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like that's partially an excuse as well. Like
Hmm.
you make time for the things you want to make time for,
Right.
so
And
but I
sending a
get it, like
text
the
doesn't
ego
take
thing. It's
yeah,
like
like
why? If you care about this person, just
we
send a
have
text every once in a while.
such big egos. This
I
gen
know.
like it's crazy to me. Like I don't know, like we just can't just tell people how we feel because it's our ego. Like no, I can't let them know like how I'm feeling. Like whatever.
I
Their
know.
loss. Like
And
it's sad
it's
to me.
definitely defense. It's defense
It's defense. We're just
mechanism,
protecting
and we've
ourselves.
never been taught how to actually like cope. Because why are we
Right.
doing that?
It's like what's the issue if like okay, we send them a double text or we say how we feel and they don't feel the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, it's sad, but like I think it's also because we can't handle rejection that well. Something about this
Boom.
generation,
I was just about to say
like
that.
we rejection in this generation
Mm-mm.
don't go well together, and I think that goes back to being the well liked. I feel like we are the most like
Well,
people
because we
pleasing.
grew up with the social media with likes
Yeah,
and like
that's a
instant
great point.
verification and
That's
oh,
a great
this
point.
person liked it, this many people liked it, da 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 da. So that I think that doesn't help. So like when we haven't had to really face rejection that much.
Right.
I mean, yeah, obviously we have, but like not in the way that maybe the generation prior to us has had to deal
Right.
with rejection in real life. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So even like if you think about it, like even in the 90s, right? Like if you
Mm-hmm.
applied to a job and you didn't get it, they might give you a call and tell you, hey, pal, it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
Now it's you get an email and we're like, oh, just delete the email. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to
Yeah,
like sit and
we don't
deal
want to
with
face.
it.
We're like, oh, I already saw him send
Exactly.
delete. I'm not even gonna deal with the yeah, like you said, deal with the emotions that it brings.
Exactly. So
We
that's
just
why I
don't.
feel like that's another issue. Like I don't think the social media really helped that us coping with rejection.
No, it doesn't, and it's just it's sad. Like it's like it's okay. Like the double texting thing or like the sending a mess, like it's literally okay. You can send it. Like it's not a big deal. Like, oh no, I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, God
Yeah,
forbid they
that's a
see me in that way. It's so
yeah.
weird. We want to be like, we want to have, again, in the end, these meaningful connections actually do mean something to us. But
Exactly.
something about our ego is basically self sabotaging us from actually
A
doing something
hundred
that's going to
percent.
make us happy. And it's
A
just
hundred
so,
percent.
it's funny, but it's just sad also. I'm like, why
Sad.
are we
It's a
like this?
100% sad. I mean, I've always kind of been the person like, at least when it comes to like romantic anything, like it's usually always me. Like I'm always the one that's like, yeah, I'll say it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Because like I'm not wasting
Yeah.
my time. That's
Hmm.
something that I don't play with. Like when it's romantic relationships, like I'm just trying to get to it. Get to the point. Like I don't need
Right.
to
You want to
drag
say
this
how
on
you feel.
longer
Yeah.
and then you say, actually, yeah, I don't like you that way. How about I just say it right now? You know, we could save the 3 to 6 months of whatever that would have been, and we
Right.
just cut it out
Yeah.
and like deal with it that way. But again, the rejection part, oof. I
Yeah.
don't know.
There's some.
Maybe it stings. Maybe it stings more in our generation.
It's
Maybe there's
because we
something
want to
different.
be liked. It's like been ingrained in us that we, even though people be like, "Oh, I don't care what people think about me," subconsciously, it's not our fault. We kind of care what
Yeah,
people think about us because society has really generated this whole idea behind social media and like you said, likes
I'm
and
telling you, with the likes, that's in our subconscious. If you have an Instagram,
yeah,
even if you post on your Instagram, you don't care about likes. Your subconscious is literally has
telling you to
likes
care
in
about,
there. Maybe it's not
yeah,
filtered out like, oh, we don't care about our own likes, but we like to give others like, you know what I'm saying? It's
right,
in
right,
there.
right,
It's in there.
yeah,
So
it
yeah,
is. It's and it's just that to me is just crazy too, like the number of likes and because if you think about it, it's like if like you post a picture and let's say you get like 25 likes, whatever. Think about it in person. If 25 people were to
that's
come up
what
to you
I
and
was just
compliment
about to
you,
say that.
I'm
Yeah.
like, that would, it's just so crazy how like virtual numbers are different from like in person. Like we have this weird concept of like getting compliments, like what this, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird how
Yeah.
we've, I don't know.
It's funky. Yeah, I saw that the other day. I was like, that makes sense. Like you might think like 25 likes isn't that many, but then you like think about it like, oh, in person, like 25 people coming up to you and saying, "Hey, I like that picture you took," or "You look good in that picture."
Yeah.
Just back to
You-
back to back, you'd be like overwhelmed.
You'd
You'd
be
be on
hyped.
cloud
If even
nine.
if you got like two people to say that in one day, you'd be like, "Oh my god, like I look good
Exactly.
today.
I'd be
Thank
like,
you." Like
thank you.
but again, we can't give, we're better at giving compliments
Than
virtually than
receiving
we
them.
are in them receiving them one. Yeah, but also in person. Do you notice that?
Yeah,
Like people like
that's
to just
true.
give a like rather than like saying, you look nice. Like we can't, like it's easier. Again, it's our
It's
ego.
weird. It's a vulnerability thing too.
Vulnerability. We can't be, it's we have these like walls up. And it's like,
Walls.
and I don't want to say it's every person in this generation, but it's like 90% of people. And it's like really
Yeah.
like it's stopping people from actually like creating a happiness in their life, in my opinion.
You
Like,
know what it is? It's like, and I saw this the other day. It's like basically there was someone that hurt that person to make them act this way. You know, so there was probably a point in time where that person actually was had their walls down and they
yeah,
were willing and open to share and da da da, da. And then something happened and they're like, nope, not going
they
through
shut
that
it down.
again. The vulnerability is gone. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's true. That's for everyone. I feel like
Yeah.
why we all have these walls up.
Well, even if it
Child.
was like when you were younger or something, like you could have been vulnerable and someone could have shut you down. You
Exactly.
don't might not even remember,
100%.
but subconsciously, your subconscious remembers and they just automatically put that wall up. So I'm telling
Yeah.
you, therapy could do a number on this generation.
Which I'm glad people are going to therapy, but also I'm wondering like I feel like some people just say they go to therapy just because like that's like a personality trait for them,
Yeah, I don't like that either.
and I don't
It's
like
not a
that.
person. Well, I'm
It's like if
you
you're
also
going to
have to put in
therapy,
the
I'll just
work
respect
to
you
go
for
to
going to
therapy.
Exactly. Like it's not
Like, it's not
easy to
just
go into
show up
therapy.
every week, like, I get it, but you have to actually put in the work, you know?
Exactly. Or else you're not getting anything from it.
Right. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
yeah,
But
therapy, yeah. I know a couple people
yeah.
where they need some therapy.
I
They need to
oh my
talk to
gosh.
someone.
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I just it's so interesting. Like again, the vulnerability aspect, like we just can't say how we feel. And
Yeah.
it's like the no, I'm not texting him. Like even though like you want to text him so bad, your heart is telling you like I just want to say how I feel. You know what I mean? And like I
Yeah.
think that's better than like not saying how you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I think we have the whole thing like, oh, don't text your ex, which obviously honestly like it might not be a good idea, but if you really have to say something, just
Yeah.
say it. Just
Yeah.
express it.
Facts.
Again, what's the fact? You get rejected again? Like your ego gets
Facts.
you get a punch in your ego like
Yeah.
I
Use
think
that to
that's
go on your villain era. You'll be all right.
but I think it's better to get a punch in your ego than just holding it in, like keeping all these
And
emotions
never
in. Like,
knowing. Yeah.
we have to express how we feel. But I think that also comes like we can't communicate well at all because
Yeah.
that comes down to social media for sure.
Yeah.
Social media
That's
technology, like
100% true.
it's it's sad. But then I think like we spend so like people always have the argument like oh like we have such a way to connect with people on social media. But I'm thinking like out of the whole day that you spend on your phone, like how much of that time are you actually like spending time to connect with people? You know what I
It's not a
mean?
real connection. It's not
It's not real
a
connections. Half
deep
the time we're just
connection like that.
scrolling. Like unless you're like texting one of your like friends and having a conversation or like connecting like half the time we're just scrolling, looking at TikTok videos, like liking some comments, like liking some pictures, looking at what's on Twitter, look what's trending. Like we're not actually creating connections.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like we have a hard we this generation also has a hard time texting people back.
At me. At me,
At
bro.
me too. At me too. Honestly, like it's become energy sometimes to text like ice. And it's not that I don't want to text a person back. It's because I think I'm like, oh, I want to give them a good response,
Yeah.
you know? And it's I don't know. It's it's sad to me. But
Well, what can we do to change it? I mean, what can be
yeah,
done?
what
You know, we
I
just
mean,
debrief this whole thing. It's like, eh,
yeah, I
can't
guess.
really do
Well,
much about it. I mean, this would have to be everyone participating in the experiment.
in
Like,
the right, right, right,
everybody
right.
needs to be willing to be vulnerable. And we know that ain't going to happen.
It's hard. Well, I think at least for me, I really think one of my biggest things is to water like the friendships I like really care about more this year. Like
Hmm.
whether that's just like sending them a message like and I do that sometimes. I want to do it more just like hey like even if they're not doing it for me it's okay, like I still
Yeah.
want to do that for them. Like I'm not going to
Hmm.
be like the oh I need to like are they texting me enough like I need to match how many like no I want if I really care about the person I'm going to send them something, you know. And
Facts. And because, like, I just know how it feels on the receiving end. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten some of those text messages sometimes. I'm like, damn, like I was having like the worst day ever. And then like
right,
this just made my day. Like someone that I
yeah,
haven't talked to in months,
right,
sends me a
just send
message
something,
and it's like, I'm really proud of you. Like, keep going. I
yeah,
see you're working hard on da da da. I'm like, like sometimes you never know if it's on your heart to send something or if you're thinking about someone, just text them. One,
right,
because they may really need that at the
mm-hmm,
moment. They might not
you
be
never know.
telling you what's going on, what's truly going on, how they're feeling. And two, life is short. It's never Life
That's
isn't
the biggest
promised.
thing. Life isn't promised. You never know when the
And
last conversation.
you will 100% regret not saying. If it was on your heart, you'll regret that you didn't say it, one. And two, you'll regret not saying it enough,
Right.
whatever you
I
wanted to
completely
say.
agree. Yeah. And I think, I will say, I feel like this is easier for women. Like, I mean, this generation in general isn't vulnerable, but like men are like even less vulnerable, I would say, than
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
like, I don't think men are sending their guy friends, hey, thinking about you message. I hope you're
Definitely not
doing
doing
well.
that.
Like, and I
Definitely
mean,
not
that
doing
goes
that.
into a whole other conversation about like how a lot of men can't like have
Express their
genuine
emotions.
express their emotions, and like it hinders them from actually creating genuine friendships. Like I feel like a lot of woman friendships are better than some guy friendships. Not saying that it applies to everybody, but for the most part, like it's harder for guys because they just can't. Being vulnerable is an important part of a relationship, friendship, whatever,
100%.
and if you're not
Yeah.
doing that, you're not really getting past that barrier that can really create a meaningful relationship.
Yeah.
And
Like I feel like guys only have friends from like like that they grew up with, high school, college. That's it. Like
right, not like
nothing
yeah,
ever like past that. Like, oh yeah, I met this person when I was 26, at
that's a great point that you make
you know
that.
what I
And
mean?
that's also really sad too because I feel like I don't know, I do know like there's a decent amount of guys I feel like that struggle with friendships and they like want to meet like new people, you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
like it's hard because guys aren't really like that. They're not like girls in a way.
Well, the thing is, like, yeah, what you said, like, you have to be vulnerable,
Mhm.
and I feel like in certain situations, like, if you grew up with them or you went to high school or college with them, there were instances where you were vulnerable. You were forced to be vulnerable. That wasn't even
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean? Like certain things happened at school that was embarrassing and, they helped you out. Or something happened in
Right.
college and, they had your back. I feel like it's harder for them to be more like vulnerable
Right.
in those because they're not put in situations where they have to be vulnerable,
Well, and it's also
or they
looked down
become
upon.
vulnerable.
I think they
That
make it
too.
seem like it's not masculine, like, which is so stupid. Like, if you're not, vulnerability shouldn't be a masculine, feminine. It's a human thing. It's human.
Exactly.
Everyone needs to do like
100%.
the thing that they're just creating it like that is so stupid. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like guys even like I don't know. I feel like when you meet girls out or something, be like, oh, like if you really connect with someone, like yeah, like we should hang out or something. Like let me get your Instagram. Like I feel like guys like have a harder time doing that. What I mean? Oh, they're gonna think it's
Yeah.
weird or like is
Yeah.
this like
I agree. I agree. Yeah,
yeah.
that's so weird now that I think about it. Because I'm like, we've asked for girls' Instagrams all the time.
They'd be
I
like, yeah,
mean, at
what's your
least
Instagram?
me.
Like you're really chill. Like we'll be chatting. Like I don't find it weird. You know what I mean? Like to
Yeah,
ask girl
but
like to be like,
guys,
"Oh, we should all get drinks or something," to your coworkers, like
yeah,
I mean, some guys do that, but I'm just saying like I feel like for the most part like women I are better or have more society has given them more flexibility in terms of like how they can meet friends. Whereas guys like they have this thing that like stops them because they don't want to be perceived a certain way. They don't want to be
yeah,
perceived as less masculine, you know.
yeah. Because, like, what can they really do? Like, us, like, we could go get our nails done. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of
Right.
things. We could go
I mean, they can
shopping. We could
get
do all these
drinks.
different things.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Well,
the
they can too, but
they can, but they don't. Yeah, yeah. They looks
so,
weird. Like, can we get
exactly,
coffee? Yeah, that might be weird.
exactly. Society
Which
makes it
is
look
so
weird.
dumb. I think it's so stupid. And like, I don't think, and I know like sometimes women judge guys who do stuff like that. Like, I think that also looks really bad on women for doing that. Like, guys also need genuine connections, and I
Exactly. I
don't know.
think that's fair. How about everybody just mind their goddamn business? Just mind your business.
Yeah, literally, my
Like,
wait.
okay, there's two guys at the damn coffee shop together.
Oh, you know what they do though is they go to the gym together. They'll
Okay,
do that.
that's
They'll do that,
cute.
which is nice. Which is
That's
nice.
cute.
Girls are getting on that wave too, but I like that. I think it's a good stepping stone. Maybe they'll get Chipotle after or something.
Natalia used to try to drag me to the damn gym, child.
I need a gym partner.
That that was not a good connection.
Yeah,
That was
that's
not
me
a
and
good
Ash
place.
don't know us in the gym. Not a
Us
good
in the gym together is not. Maybe we could try again.
maybe.
Maybe I'm more open now.
I need a gym part. I would love a girl to go to the gym with. Like that'd be really fun. Like you motivate each other. But
I'll go on
maybe
Bumble
I'm
Friends. You can find one. Be
yeah,
like,
I
I'm a
should.
gym rat. Who else is a
I'm
gym
not a
rat?
gym. But you know what I did want to bring up that you mentioned earlier was the Xbox thing. Like I find that like such a unique way. I'm almost jealous of that way that men can connect though. Like I like I used to watch like we both have siblings, like older brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure your brother did the Xbox Live or whatever live.
Yeah.
Like my brother was big into like he I mean, I don't know about Xbox Live. He does some live thing with his friends playing games. And like I find it such a great way to connect with your friends when you're not like, especially during the pandemic. Like, that is a great like virtual way of using
Yeah.
technology to connect because you're talking whatever they talk about a bunch of BS and stuff, obviously. But it's like
Exactly.
I kind of wish girls had something like that. I mean, some girls do game and props to them, but like for the
I'm
girls
trying
who
to
don't,
game.
me too. I was trying to get into it, but I'm like, I don't know if that's a good habit or not. But
The thing is, I have an addictive personality, so I'll be hooked on that for like a
I know I'm like,
month
is
and I
that a
won't
good
sleep
way?
properly.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's I don't know. But I just think it's like it's fun to play with your friends. Like I would love a way to like do that cuz especially now that um like we're older and this was like
Hmm.
another part I want to talk about like now that we're kind of like past college and stuff like you kind of have to find creative ways to connect with your friends and like obviously you can like FaceTime and stuff, but you don't want to FaceTime every single day and talk. Like you want you it's better to have an activity to pass the time and hang out, you know
Exactly,
what I
that you
mean?
both enjoy.
You both enjoy and that's why like I get really like I am envious that guys kind of have that. Well, I mean that primarily guys use that space to like connect
Yeah,
with their friends because they be laughing and stuff, and I'm like, shit. Like I know like if me and you were into that, we'd be dying
we'd
in
be done.
tears. We'd be in tears. Like if we got our group of friends to do that, like we would be cracking up the entire time. You know what I mean?
Literally. I think that'd be a great. I think we might have to create
We might
that.
have to get
Like
into
a little group,
gaming.
gamer
Jesus.
girls. Well, I used to play video games as a kid. Like that was like my jam. Like
Me
I
too.
was
Yeah.
really into it. Um, and this was I was into it like prior to like the Xbox Lives and the PlayStation Lives. Like when I was like pretty
Like
young.
the GameCube and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, like stuff like that.
Like
So,
yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
but
I think
yeah, I would love. I think it's perfect because they're gonna play the game anyway. So they're all making time for it regardless. And
right.
they're just in different locations and they're able to connect. So
And they
it's
play
like
and they
it's not
talk all the
really
time.
yeah,
And
they
it's like
chat.
that's their
I'm
way of
like,
chatting. They talk, they be laughing, cracking jokes. They be having heart to
exactly.
hearts sometimes. Like that's their
Facts.
place to be vulnerable. I will say.
And they
Over the
meet lifelong friends on that. That's what
lifelong
kills me. People that
life
they've never met in their life are like get like
yeah,
they will die for them type
yeah.
stuff.
My brother's met a few friends on that like from like middle school that he's still friends with to this day.
Yeah.
I'm like and
Like
he's like 27. I'm like
I'm trying
I
to get
think
that.
and I think that's so great. Like I mean, I think there's a kind of a negative connotation sometimes with video games and like obviously they can become very addictive, but using them every once in a while to hop on like
Yeah.
with your friends, I don't know.
And
I
it's a
think that's
fun
great.
activity. It's a
It's a
fun
fun
activity.
activity. Like that's why I think
So
it's like I don't know. Like I think it's also dumb when like you know how some like people in relation or women specifically in relationships are like they hate when their guy like plays games or whatever,
mhm.
which I get if it's like occupying like all the time you have together, but like if it's like every once in a while at night and they want to hang out with their friends, I think that's great. Like let them have their guy time, like let them connect with
Exactly.
their
Yeah.
friends because we know that
Exactly.
they don't do what girls do. Like we actually have other ways of meaning connecting meaningfully in person.
Exactly. Yeah,
I don't
when
know.
it's like a every night thing, then it's like
Yeah, when
okay,
it's like
well,
every night, like I want to hang out with you, but like every once in like okay, once a week, twice a week, whatever, I'll hang out with my
exactly.
friends. I
Facts.
want
I'll
to get into
go.
something like that. Like I think it's sad because it's like we're kind of far from each other. Like a lot of our friends are kind of like spread out, and it's like I would love a way to just I want to come home on like a Wednesday night. I would love a way to just hop on, do something fun, crack jokes with my friends. Like obviously FaceTimes are fun, but
Yeah,
like
but it's
something with like I don't know
like an activity,
an
like a team
activity.
building. It's like a team building
Yeah,
activity. That would
maybe
be
we'll get
fun.
into
All
it.
right.
Maybe we'll get our friends to get into it. That's like
Okay. Well, I'm a PlayStation girl, so
I
if
know.
y'all
Then it's
want
like
to,
having everyone get the same console.
yeah, if somebody has an Xbox, you're exiled from the
Oh
island.
my
So, but yeah,
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
don't
Maybe
know.
I know there's like Sims, like people play Sims online,
Or
like with
Animal
their friends
Crossing.
and stuff. Animal Crossing or like I mean, for
There's
like,
definitely ones you can play.
yeah, we just gotta find them, I guess.
And there's definitely like
Maybe this is our
2023
business
goal.
plan. Maybe we'll come up with something.
Well, I really want to do something because I feel like I talk to my friends less now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. I kind of wanted to like just like kind of gauge also, like how we obviously have less social interaction now, like with the way our lives are not like the way our lives are set up, but just like we're not in college anymore. And college is a very like one in a lifetime kind of like social
Hmm.
experiment that like you're never really gonna experience something like that again with being with so many people. And so now you have
Exactly.
to. It takes a lot of effort, and like I spend a lot more alone time, you know.
Hmm.
And I don't think it's a horrible thing, but I definitely want to find ways to like connect with my friends because I it genuinely brings me like light when I'm with my friends or when I'm with my family. You know, when I'm with
Yeah.
people, like it brings me a lot of like I can tell it improves my mood, improves the way I feel, you know, and but it just sucks that it's harder to do now, you know.
Yeah, that's the sucky part. I
Yeah.
agree too, because just like how the cookie crumbles, like everybody has their jobs now, like
Hmm.
they have their own lives, like people are starting new lives elsewhere in different states and stuff, and they have their relationships and they have their job, and then they have their family that they need to
Hmm.
prioritize too. So it is a lot, and it sucks, especially now because I don't feel like we're that old for this to be happening.
No, we're not. Well, I think it's
You
good
know what
that
I
we're
mean?
aware of it though, like
But yeah, exactly.
because some
Like at
people
least we
can go like this
know
for a long time and then be like, why was
exactly.
I unhappy all my 20s?
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
I don't know.
I don't know what we could do though. I'm not opposed. Bless you. I don't know what we could do though, but I'm not opposed to the
The gaming.
console,
Me
the
either,
gaming.
honestly. I'm like,
I'm not kidding. I told my brother, I was like, I really want to get back into like gaming, but I'm just scared I'm gonna get addicted because I have so much stuff to
yeah,
do like nowadays. But
yeah. Well, I think it's just setting like your downtime to it. Like,
yeah,
well, I think it's different because
I
you're on your own
love
schedule.
gaming. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I don't know. That would be something I would be. I'm not opposed to play some Grand Theft Auto. I told my brother that when the new Grand Theft Auto comes out, I'm getting a PlayStation. That's
Me.
when I'm gonna get one. So I'm like, maybe not right now. Maybe not right now is not the best time.
Yeah.
But when that new, which I got a minute till this Grand Theft Auto comes out, child, because
You're the only person I know who plays
it's
the
been
Grand
like
Theft Auto.
10 years
Oh,
since the
really?
last one. Yeah, and they're still making money off of it. That's why they're
Dang.
like waiting. I think they said next year or maybe this year. I don't know. So
Yeah.
no,
Dang.
Grand Theft Auto. You know what I do? I be watching the gameplays on YouTube.
Oh my
Oh my god. One, they're hilarious. And two, like there's this one guy, I can't remember. It's like it's real 85, I think his like username is, I think. And he does like voiceovers over the and like creates like these scenarios and stuff. Bro, so funny. I swear to God, I'd be dying.
God. Oh,
Because it's
really?
like I always sit here and I'm like, how did you even make that like work, like happen? Like that sequence of events happen perfectly for this storyline that you have that you created. It's great.
That's funny.
But yeah, Grand Theft Auto. Have you played Grand Theft
I've
Auto
never
before,
played
right?
Grand Theft Auto.
Girl,
I've seen it. I've seen it.
fire.
You know
Sometimes I
where I
be
feel
feeling
like
like
I've
my life is
seen it?
Grand Theft Auto.
It's not like an arcade. I feel like I've seen it, but maybe I'm thinking of
Okay,
something else.
maybe like a Grand Theft Auto themed game.
Themed, yeah, maybe. I played. I had a lot of different consoles growing up. I had like the GameCube was like lit. I when my friends would come over, we'd always say GameCube. Then I had like the Wii, which was really fun. I had the Xbox, and then the Xbox, like what was that one like the new thing that came
The
out where you could like
Connect.
connect? I had that. I didn't really use that one as much, but yeah. But yeah, I would love to do some sort of like live thing if our friends could get into it.
Yeah, maybe we should stream.
We
Maybe
can
that'll
stream
be our next endeavor.
our next.
Us
All right,
gaming.
step by step, step by step.
Yeah,
But
first we
yeah,
gotta get the damn console.
Not this whole conversation be like we're getting into gaming. We're against technology.
Plot twist,
But I
guys.
think it's
We're
like
getting into gaming
we're
now.
getting into gaming.
So, click the link to our Twitch account and you can watch us live
If
stream our
anyone
games.
games on here, any of our listeners game, DM us.
DM us.
And
We might have a proposition for
we
you.
DM.
We might need
Oh
your
god.
assistance
Yeah.
setting this up. Oh
But
god.
yeah. Regardless, I think I don't know. I think what's your final takeaway of like the meaningful connections going into 2023? I know we said like how are we gonna change it, but like what's something
Yeah.
you're gonna do?
I don't know because honestly, I feel like last year and probably even the year before, I was very mindful of, the connections that I have and the ones that I actually care about and the ones that
Mm-hmm.
make me feel good versus the ones that don't really do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially when people would ask me to hang out or something like, I used to be like, oh, I'll just go, even
Mm-hmm.
though I probably won't get along with half the people or I don't really want to go. Now I'm like very mindful of the people that I actually
Right.
spend my time with because these are people that I actually want to spend my time with. I
Mm-hmm.
consider them important in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think mainly I'm just going to continue with that, and making time for the people that are important to me. I think now with the whole business situation, on top of like the podcast work and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, it's made it a little more difficult to make that time, because I feel like I always have something to do,
Mm-hmm.
and there's always something for me to get done. Um, but I'm trying very much to be mindful. I don't want to be one of those people that's like, so consumed with their business or work
Mm-hmm.
that they don't make time. They just put their friends and family on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying my best not to do that. So,
Right.
gonna try to make those phone calls, have those phone calls when I can and make sure I go hang out with my friends when I can,
Yeah.
because those are things that I know that make me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really just hurting myself by not making time to hang out with those people or talk to those people.
Right.
So that's really my main goal this year is just to focus on making more time, finding new things to do, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Nice.
about it. What about you?
That's a good goal. No, I like that. Yeah, I feel like
Thanks.
kind of in the same way, like finding ways to just connect with people like weekly, I'd say. Um, I don't know. I find myself being in like a lot of alone time. It's just naturally how it's set up, like
Mm-hmm.
with your life, but and it's not bad. I definitely like need this isn't saying that no one needs alone time. Like it definitely is important to like refill your own cup, but like I think there's a balance, you can't just spend
Mm-hmm.
all your time alone. So yeah, I want to do that. And I think the biggest one is just like letting go of like the subconscious ego I have, even though I like try like consciously to get rid of it, like it's definitely subconsciously there and like it stops me from like in a lot of ways like telling people how I feel or like whatnot. And I feel like it self sabotages in a way. So I don't know. That's how I'm just gonna kind of move 2023. Just say how I feel, Send people some nice messages. I don't really care like how it looks.
Yeah,
Letting go of the fear of rejection, I think, is a big one. Because like
that's a big one.
it's hard and it is. We all have it. I mean, most people. Some people, maybe they already healed from that, whatever. But like, I,
Well, no
I
one
don't
likes to
know.
be rejected.
No one likes to be
Like,
rejected, and like, no one
it's
wants to be
just
like,
whether
oh,
you're or not you cope well with it or you deal with
right,
it.
exactly, yeah.
Like, that's
So
all.
yeah, that's kind of my goals. But yeah, trying to focus more on that. Like, that is the biggest part of like. I completely agree with the study though. In my opinion, is like obviously money. Like people are always argue like, does money make happiness? Like, in some aspects it does, but relationships and connections over everything in my opinion, like with family,
Yeah, for
friends,
sure.
significant others, like it's everything. because what is we're here to make meaningful connections. That's really what we're here for.
Exactly.
So yeah. But yeah, that's kind of that. Let us know what y'all think on that. Don't be a what do they call them? A lone wolf. When people always say that I'm a lone wolf, I'm like, stop
I
with
mean,
that right now.
I get it for short periods of time.
Right.
Like, okay, like 3 months, you gotta lock in. You got things you gotta do.
That's a long
You're really
time.
trying to change yourself for the better. You know what I mean? Okay, fine, knock yourself out. But like longer than that, it's like, all right, pal. Are you really trying to? Maybe social media wise, you can make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm lone wolf, but
Yeah, and
behind the
I'm
scenes, you still see a couple people. Jesus Christ. Like, be for real right now.
yeah,
You're not
like
talking to
it's
anyone,
it's
not even the
literally.
barista at Starbucks. You just do pickups.
I wish people would just realize how necessary it is for you to thrive. Like I know people want the lone wolf thing to be like, I'm on my own, I'm working on myself, I want to become a better version of me. To become better, you need connections. People need to realize that. Like
People are stupid because it's not just you that makes you, it's your connections around you that continue to uplift you.
and I get it, like if some
But
people want to
I
get
get it
rid of
though.
some connections, but
Yeah,
doesn't mean you
maybe
don't need
that's
to
what
have
you need to do.
any.
That's what you need to do. Forget the lone wolf. How about you cut those ties, certain ties that you have? You
Sometimes
don't have to
create
cut
some new
everyone
ones.
off. Yeah, you
Create
don't have to cut everyone off. You could cut off a couple. Cut off the split
oh
ends.
god.
You don't have to shave your whole head off type vibe. Just cut the split ends. That's all you got to
I
do. Cut
think
the split ends.
literally. And I think this also kind of like the last little thing I'll say on this is like I feel like it kind of stems from like the self-help TikTok, YouTube era that like
Yeah.
you know, wake up early, focus on your goals, eat healthy, go to work, grind, go to the gym. You're in the gym while they're partying. Like, okay. like, you know what I mean? like
Literally. And all
I
those things still can be done, and you could still accomplish your goals while going out once in a while and
right.
conversating
And
with others,
conversating just because I'm going out to party and having a good time with
having a
my
good time.
friends. God
Ooh,
forbid.
whoa.
God
No,
forbid.
you're
While
not.
they're in the
You're not
gym.
helping yourself. You're not helping yourself. That's not helping you grow and thrive.
I, I
Like, all
hate
right.
that when they're like, you're in the gym while they're out partying and drinking.
Hey, whatever you gotta tell yourself
Whatever you got to
to get
tell
through that
yourself.
workout, babe.
Yeah. No,
Do it, because I get it. Like,
literally.
sometimes the workouts be like, I need something,
I need
but it's like no one's saying any of this. See,
literally
that's
not.
like the whole Michael Jordan thing where he would make up like scenarios in his head to like motivate him during games. Like, oh yeah, this guy said something like slick to me when he really didn't. It was all made up in his head, so that
Uh,
he's like, going hard. It's like, okay, if you're
yeah.
trying to be Michael
That's what you
Jordan
got
and
to
you gotta do that for the workout, do it for the gains, babe. Do it.
do it for
Do
the
whatever you gotta
workout.
do.
But apart from the workout, let's bring it back. Let's reel it in. What's
Reel it
important?
in, touch grass first,
Touch grass.
and then really just sit there and think about what you're saying. It makes no sense.
I hate those so much. Like, cut off everyone. Go 6 months. Don't. I'm like,
I
that's
mean, that's like
not.
me low key. Like, I'm trying to like go ghost, but it's just me going
Well, you're
ghost
trying to
social
go
media
ghost
wise.
from social media, which is people that like you don't have 90% of the people on social media we don't have meaningful connections with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm
You're
not
not
gonna
gonna
go
go
ghost
ghost
on
from your
you.
friends, from your family. Yeah, peace, bye. I'm going.
Hey, see you later.
See ya.
See you later. See you
Like
in 6 months.
that's completely different. Like if you want to get off social media, that's fine. Would take that time to focus on actual connections
But
that you
like
have with
the
other people.
lone wolf
The
situation, it's like
lone
you're
wolf. I'm a
literally not a
lone wolf.
wolf. You're not even
Wake up.
derived from a wolf lineage.
Literally.
Like, aren't we from like monkeys or something? Like
Yeah.
orangutans? Like,
Chimpan.
figure out,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
chimpanzees. Figure out what they do. Figure out what Michael Jackson's chimpanzee used to do. Bubbles. Figure
And
out what
look at
they used to
no,
do.
but look back to I know I keep saying this is the last thing I'll say. This is probably the last thing I'll say. Look back to how humans evolved. Like in that era, what was it? People are gonna come at me. Hunting and gatherers. And when we were hunter and gatherers, we were all together. We all stuck together. Like
But
everyone
that's
did
the
everything
problem.
together.
Everyone thinks that they could do everything on their own, and you
Look
can't, you
at the
clown.
evolution of our. Yeah, who created Lone Wolf? I need to look that up later because like who created that? You're getting my yeah
Getting a thumbs down on Google
yeah yeah.
from Natalia. So be ready, pal. Whoever you are, she's coming for you. She's gonna find you.
I'm going for it. No, but it's true. Like, where's Lone Wolf? I guess the whole alpha. I don't even know where that developed from. Definitely some toxic masculinity
That's
behind that.
yeah. I'm not even gonna touch
We're
that
not
one.
even gonna unpack that one.
I'm gonna
But
touch that with a 6-foot pole. Nah. Mm-mm. Nope. Don't need that smoke. I'm all right.
no, literally, I'm good. I'll leave that to those who associate with that.
Yeah, facts.
This is more for people who are
There's
actually.
podcasts for that.
There's podcast.
Trust
I was
me.
about to say the people who honestly align with that thing. I feel like they're not gonna relate to this content anyway.
Yeah, they're not gonna be here. They're not gonna be here. They're gonna just find us randomly on TikTok. I don't know why,
They're
but
gonna be like, they're gonna be the haters in the comments. What do you mean lone wolf? I'm all
exactly.
about the lone wolf mentality. What do you know
Like,
about it?
okay. And are you single? So you must be single then. Because then if you're a lone wolf, then you can't be in a relationship, right?
Yeah,
Then you're
yeah.
not technically lone.
Yo, who created that? You're
An
right.
idiot.
We weren't even from the wolf lineage.
We're not. So I don't know why people are like lone wolf mentality. What about like lone monkey mentality?
Yeah, lone.
Lone
I don't know, honestly. The
orangutan.
whole lone. I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway.
Regardless. Um. Yeah. Just connect with your friends. Send your friend a text tonight. Send someone you care about a little text. Hey, thinking about you, rooting for you.
We're not saying send the ex a text. That's not what we're
Yeah, we're
saying.
not saying when I brought up the X comment, I meant a different thing behind that. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
know. But I know there's some people out
Because
there
some
that
people
will
be
be
like,
like,
"Is this a
this
green
is my
light?"
sign. This is the universe telling me I should text. No, don't put that on us.
I mean, if they got something
You
to get off their
can.
chest, you can. If you got
Yeah.
something that you feel like is really keeping you back, say it. Say it. If you got
But
to
are
say
they,
it,
think
say it.
about this first. Are they worth it?
Are they? But think about how it's gonna make you feel. If it's gonna make you feel better, then obviously do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's all about what you feel.
What you
Do
feel. If
what
it's gonna
makes
make you,
you happy.
yeah.
How about that quote?
How about
Forget the
that?
lone wolf.
But before
Do
the
what
X,
makes you
think about
happy.
the others that really care about you. Think about your friends that might have been there when this X did you
Exactly.
dirty.
Think about that person you friend zoned. No.
What? Now we're just jokes. Regardless, y'all know what we
Oh
mean.
god.
Create the meaningful connections. That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
But anyways, you want to jump into a quick put you on segment?
Yes, ma'am. Let's
gotta
do a
pull
quick
up.
one.
I feel like I don't have like too much.
I have a solid amount. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you do? Okay, you go first
I'm
then.
gonna go through them quickly though,
Okay.
from what I can remember. All right. First song, "My Peace" by Miguel has been on
Oh,
repeat.
I'm on the Miguel. I was listening to him earlier.
Fire. Great song. Love it. Slept on. Don't think it was a single. So you probably don't know it unless you know this album. That's a great
Okay.
one. "In My Bed" by Dru Hill has been stuck in my head for the past week now, and I can't shake it. I just sing it randomly. And I'm in the grocery store singing, somebody sleeping in my bed. Doing the dishes, singing it, doing whatever, singing it.
I'm weak.
Great song. Love Dru Hill. Love me some Cisco. First of all, let's talk about Cisco and how he was ahead of the times. Hot take, he ran so Chris Brown could sprint in regards to the hair color, like dyeing. So, like, Cisco used to have like blonde hair,
Okay.
or he would have like silver hair, dye his hair. And then, as we all know, Chris Brown years later dyed his hair blonde. And I feel like Chris Brown was like low-key the one to bring it back, like that, like dyeing
Mm-hmm.
your hair blonde. Either way,
Okay.
great song. Next, Contagious by the Isley Brothers. If you know, you know. There's a specific part of that song that is the best part. It's basically in the music video. Problematic. R. Kelly's in it. It's
Oh
fine.
God,
We
not R.
move
Kelly.
past. We move past.
I mean,
But there's a part in the song where it's basically like, all right, let me just break it down for those that don't know. Basically, the song is about this guy, right? Ron Isley. I think that's whatever. He has his girl or wife or whoever. He's leaving the house, right? She calls up R. Kelly. So she has like a little side piece. He's a side piece, right? But
mm-hmm,
then Ron Isley was like, something just doesn't feel right. He called her mom, seen if she saw the girl, lately, because he paged
mm-hmm.
her. This is like a 90s song. Paged her, didn't pick
Pages.
up nothing, didn't call him back. So he's in this limo, turns the limo around, goes back to the house.
Oh
Basically, he
my God.
catches them in bed. So then there's like a
Oh
confrontation,
shoot.
and they're like going back and forth in the song.
Oh my gosh.
But when you sing it, you got to play all three parts. So I'm looking crazy as hell when I'm listening to the song in the car. And people, I don't have my windows tinted. I'm in a fishbowl. So people looking at me like, what the hell? This girl got 8 different personalities, which mind your business.
I'm
But yeah, that's a great song.
okay.
And then Nobody Has to Know by Chris Brown and DeVito. Fire. I don't know why I haven't ever heard of this song before.
I feel like I haven't heard of that one. Is it
And
on what?
then Shopping Spree with DeVito and Chris Brown again.
Oh, I
And
think I've
and
heard
Young
of that
Thug is
one.
on that one. I'm like,
Okay.
heat bangers. I'm like, okay, they need a collab
I
album,
love
clearly,
DeVito.
because yeah, he's fire.
He reminds me of
Last
college.
song, yeah, facts. And then last song is a classical. Duppy Freestyle by Drake. That was his
Oh dang.
diss. That was the second diss track to Pusha T. He did Charged Up first.
Okay.
Then he did Duppy Freestyle.
Dang.
Now, I always think about Duppy Freestyle and I'm like, damn, if it wasn't for Duppy Freestyle, we would have never found out that Drake had a kid. Because after Duppy Freestyle, he said Pusha T's wife in the song. He was like, I told him to let it rain on you like Virginia. I can't remember. But he said Pusha T's wife's name in that song. And I
Okay.
always think back, I'm like, why would you do that? Knowing you have a whole kid that you
Dang.
trying to hide. Like, so that was the first thing Pusha T. That's when Pusha T, I
Oh
think the
really?
diss song was called Adonis or something. So,
Dang. He must have hired a private investigator or something.
well, I think it's because Pusha T was good friends with Kanye, and then Kanye and Drake had beef back in the,
Oh
not
yeah
back in the day,
yeah
but
yeah
back then.
yeah yeah.
So Kanye probably told Pusha T, obviously. So
Dang. He named it after. He's. Oh God.
yeah, yeah, I remember those times. Let me tell you,
Jeez.
2016 was, or was it 2014? Let me tell you,
Well,
that
his
was
kid is
quite
only like 5, so probably
quite
like
the year.
2018.
Let me look. Let me view it. 2019, I think. I can't remember. I remember I had family come that year, and that he dropped the song when my family from Canada was here.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's funny.
Wink.
Um, but yeah, so those are all my songs. I know that was a good
That was a
group of
good amount of
songs,
songs.
and I definitely gave the backstory to songs that I didn't need to do it,
Hey,
but it's okay.
people
Ju-
can appreciate
It's
it.
it's the more you know.
The
More
more
you know. I'm a music head, so if I know some tea behind a song, oh, I'm a know that some
we be
tea
giving them
behind
some
a
good
song.
recs and some good knowledge.
Also, last one.
What's the song?
I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do. I think it's gonna be "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac. Yo,
Ooh, that's a
that
classic.
song is insane. Like,
Sometimes I just put that on. I'm strolling, just walking.
what? "Hit 'Em Up"?
Yeah.
You no. There's no way you're just putting "Hit 'Em Up" on
If
while
I'm
you're strolling.
maybe I'm thinking of another Tupac song.
You might be thinking of something else. What are you talking about? Keep your head up,
Thinking of that.
maybe?
Yeah, that one. That one.
Girl, no.
So what I'm
When we're
thinking.
done, when we're done, I'm going to
What?
send you "Hit 'Em
Him
Up."
up.
And you're gonna be like, yeah, there's no way I'm strolling. I mean, I could stroll to it because that's me, because I'm
Hit him up.
psycho, but that's why I'm like, there's no way you are strolling to
Yeah, no,
"Hit
I'm
'Em
thinking of
Up."
the other one.
Yeah, I think it's
The
"Keep
other
Your
one.
Head Up." The
Yeah.
positive one.
The
You gotta
positive.
keep your head up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What you're listening to, not "Hit 'Em Up."
Hit him up. Dang.
But yeah, "Hit 'Em Up," in my personal opinion, best diss track, um, best diss track of all time. Hot take, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I've
Yes.
played it for you before
Yes.
too, for
I know the
sure.
song. That's why I'm getting confused because that's like a very popular one of his. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not. That's not the one I'm strolling to.
Yeah, girl. I was about to say, you just like me for real.
I'm weak.
I was about to say, we really close. Okay.
I'm done.
Per. All right, what are you listening to?
Um. Okay. I'll list the first three songs. Give me a sec. I need. Sometimes I be liking these songs and I gotta go back. So give me.
You always do that.
Okay, I remember the song. Okay, so the first one's called "People" by Libyanka. I don't know how I find these music, but sometimes they just pop up and I give it a listen. The next one is called. I'm gonna butcher the name of this. It's an Afrobeat song. "Anogo" by Tyke, Tayc.
It'll be on the Spotify
It'll
playlist,
be on
y'all.
the playlist.
Don't
It's a
try to
fire
search it
song.
for yourself.
Look in the playlist. And then the other one is "Hide and Seek" by Stormzy. Have you heard that one? I really like that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
kind of an
really like
older one.
Stormzy.
Yeah, me too. I was listening to it this weekend, and I think that's kind of my like songs. And
I
then
think
the
he's
other thing,
problematic though.
oh god, I don't keep up with who's
I know.
problematic these days. Everyone's
I know.
problematic at this point. I know. Okay, so I feel like we never did. We talk about this? Our time capsules on Spotify.
I don't know if we talked about it or not.
I just want to point out a few because I was listening to it this past weekend, and like I just find it's just hilarious, my time capsule, because it just really encompasses my diverse music taste. So I first want to start off with a song by Lord. You know who Lord is, right?
Yeah.
Ribs. There's something about this song. I don't know what she put in it, but like I just specifically remember a time in my life where I was listening to this. It's a fire song. Um, so Ribs is one. The second one, um, we've mentioned it on the podcast, and I'm gonna give it. It's gonna get mentioned again. It's the Kirko Banks, "Drinking Your Cup."
Oh, I got this drink in my cup. We're bringing it back
Fire.
2023
We're
straight up.
bringing it
That's
back. That's
pregame
gonna be the new
song. Pregame
pregame.
song.
I'm weak. I was just saying that new pregame song. I'm cueing it. Um, no, that yeah, fire song. What else was on
That's
here?
a fire song.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, dang,
He just ate that up for no reason. Just ate.
literally.
Like,
And we were like, what, sixth grade when this came out? Um,
literally. Like, what drink? I have apple juice in my cup.
yeah, I had
Not even
nothing that
sparkling.
he was
Not
talking
even
about,
sparkling.
and I was over here freaking jamming.
I had a
Um,
juicy juice in my hand. That was the drink in my cup. I
I'm
didn't even
weak.
have a cup. It was a juice box.
There was other songs on here. Did they like change it? Um, okay, then it threw me back to like the Bryson Tiller, that album that came out in like 2015.
His first one?
Yeah, great album. I just remember specifically when that came out, like us sitting in my car during lunch listening to it. I don't know why. Like Exchange,
No skips.
no skips, the whole album. You would just have
Literally
to put.
perfection.
Yeah,
And he's going on tour this year.
I know.
Why?
I don't
Okay.
want to know the
Also,
ticket price.
let me just do this real quick. Why is everyone going on tour this year? Like, I only have so much funds for
And I
this,
think it's annoying
and
because
it's
now
all
concert
the
prices
same time
aren't even
period.
affordable.
Exactly. It's like everybody's going in March or May. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
why is it
how
like
many
you're like,
venues do we got for real?
yeah, they couldn't
Like in New
afford the
York for them to
the
be doing all
funds.
that. Relax.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
Um
that the other day. I'm like, okay, because they have like that TikTok thread, not thread, TikTok
it's a
trending
video
TikTok
where they're
meme thing,
showing like,
and it's like you free February 6th, and you swipe, and it's like the concert dates to like a certain artist, and like they
oh,
put like, are you free that day? I'm like, bro, there's so many people I want to see, and I'm
there's
like,
so many art. Yeah, everyone's going on. I'm like, okay.
everyone's going on tour. They're trying to recoup from 2020, child.
And it's just because I'm all for going to concerts and whatnot, but I just find it this time and age it's just ridiculous. Like these past like year or two has been ridiculous for the prices getting tickets. It's like it's not affordable. They used to be like
I
you could get
Yeah,
some
unless you have like the codes to get pre-sale, you're
right.
screwed.
You're
You're
screwed.
literally
And you
screwed.
can't like you used to be able to just be like, all right, I'll get like a decent seat. Like nosebleeds would be like 40.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
like
now
you
they're
could pay
charging like
like
150 for
90.
nosebleeds. Like, be for real.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you have to pay like 500 to be floor. I'm like, relax. Relax.
Yeah, they're
Um,
gassing.
but yeah, that's about it for my music this week. Um, yeah, I don't think I have anything else. I haven't been watching much,
I have
anything
not
new
watched
for the
anything.
people.
No, me neither.
I'm trying
Love
to think.
Island
Yeah,
started.
not
Still
want to watch that. Did you see that
haven't
new one
gotten
on
to that.
Netflix where they're bringing like?
Yes, all the
I might give that
older,
a
like
shot.
all the. I'm giving
I'm
that a
like,
shot.
I think that's gonna be dramatic because it's like problematic ones, like red
And they're
flags.
dropping that before Valentine's Day,
Oh
or like
shoot,
on Valentine's Day.
something
My
else is
girl,
coming out soon. Forgot what it was. Something, but yeah.
is it a
Anyways,
movie or a show?
no, a show on Netflix. I forgot what one. But yeah, I haven't had much time to
Hmm.
watch shows, but maybe the next week I'll try to figure something out. But yeah, with that, I think this was a good episode.
I'd
Hope
say
everyone enjoyed our
our debrief.
our debrief.
You know
Let us
us.
know what
We're
y'all
basically we're basically a ping pong
think.
podcast.
Hey,
We go all over the place.
we're bringing some good conversations to the table though. Let's just say
Exactly. They
we
ask
need
what
people
we
to
bring
come
to the
here.
table. We bring conversation, baby. That's what we
Exactly.
bring. What you bringing? You bringing the pot roast? You bring the mac and cheese? I think we're bringing the mac and cheese and the yams to the table. What you bringing?
Facts. And you can't say
DM us.
silverware.
DM us. What you bringing?
What you bring?
What you bringing to Yeah, silverware. Yeah, because you know it's not
Please.
silverware they're gonna bring. They're gonna bring plasticware.
Plastic, that's what I mean.
with the
Napkins.
silver,
Napkins.
the
That
silver
one kid,
plasticware.
that one person always brought the napkins. Like, all right. I hated that.
All right,
Yeah.
you could have brought some cookies. Could have brought water bottles, something. Anyway,
Before we get on to
um,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Anything else for the people? Follow us on social media as always. TikTok specifically. We got some new things that are gonna drop on TikTok. So
yeah.
keep an eye out for that.
Keep an eye out. More snippets. You see our face. For the ones that don't watch the whole podcast visually, we'll drop a couple snippets so you can still see our little
You can see our
pretty
faces.
faces or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we understand the power our beauty holds. So, no, I'm
Yeah.
just playing. But for real, we'll be posting more TikToks. That's really the goal.
Yeah. We're
And I think
trying
that's
to
also like it helps us, it helps you, it helps others. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. So you
I
can
feel like
share the
it's
TikToks.
easy to find podcasts on TikTok versus any other platform. So,
Right. I agree.
we're just helping the people. The people are there for us, We just got to find you.
You
We
just gotta
just got
find
to
you.
find you. And when we find you, we're going to keep you.
I'm weak. But
Anyway,
yeah.
okay. I'm
Well, you can help us
delirious.
find them by sharing the podcast, leaving a
Facts.
rating. Um,
A
you know
review.
what to do.
You know,
Review.
exactly.
But
Subscribe
yeah,
to YouTube.
subscribe. You
You
know,
know,
BMS.
you know what to do now.
You know
Come
what
on.
to do. Yeah, we'll end it. We have a hard time
Yeah.
ending, but
We
yeah. I hope
always
you
have
guys.
a problem ending this.
I know.
It's because we don't wanna say bye,
You don't want to
guys.
say bye yet. Anyways, but with that, we will catch you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening, and yeah, have a great week. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
y'all.